Hello everyone, my name is Ray Gehring. Thank you so much for tuning into this channel. Thanks again to everybody that subscribed. Racing towards 1,000, at which point again I'll be giving away this beautiful Mythos Mjolnir. Alright, so this video is really for anybody who either doesn't know music theory, doesn't care about music theory, doesn't like music theory, thinks I don't need music theory to be a good player. All those things are fine. This video is about one very simple concept that is so easy you'll never forget it. Don't even have to think about it. All you have to do is look at it. Even somebody that doesn't know anything about music theory probably knows what a major and minor scale is. Willing to bet. Okay, all I'm going to go over here is how to build chords from a scale. As you can see, what I have written out here is the C major scale. And on the top, I put numbers that correspond along with the scale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We stop at the 7. After that, everything will begin again. I think I'm going to cover up these pedals. It's creating a little bit of a glow. All right, that's a smidge better. I'm going to show you how we build chords. The easiest way I can say this is it's like a leapfrog. What we do to build a chord is we start with one note and we skip the next and take the other. Same thing is going to apply here. And if we were extending the chord, the same thing would apply here. So the concept is really easy. We start with one, oops, we take the next, and we take the next, and we can keep going if we want. Explain that in a second. So if you're looking at a scale, any scale, and you want to know what the chords are inside that scale, if you want to see the letters themselves, this is how we spell a chord, just like spelling a word. We're given the alphabet, and again, if we want to spell a C major chord, we're going to go from C, skip D, go to E, skip F, and go right to G. Same thing applies again if we wanted to do this. Before I get rid of all this mess, again, we're jumping from one to get to the other, to get to the other, to get to the other. What we call this is root, which is the 1, third, and fifth. It's pretty bad 5, but you get it. So to build a chord, we just want to skip over every other note. If I want to build the next chord, all I have to do is do the same process. Skip one, take the other, skip one, take the other. D, F, A. That's it. It is that simple. If I wanted to go on, I would go A, skip B, come back to C. I could add the E, the G, the B, and so on. All we're doing is skipping over notes to get the notes of our chord. To keep things a bit more simplified in music, we always keep the term root, third, and fifth, no matter what chord we're on. That doesn't have anything to do with the original scale. But the same thing will apply to the next letter in the scale. E, G, B. Again, root, third, fifth. Root, third, fifth. Okay, I'm going to put up a few graphics here that make it a little easier to see. And it explains the order of chords in the C major scale or in any major scale. All right, what you can see here is my first chord is a major, second chord is a minor, third chord is a minor, fourth chord is a major, fifth chord is a major, sixth chord is a minor, seventh chord in its triad form is what's called a diminished, and then we're back to C again. And you can see here I've labeled the chords 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and indicated whether they're major or minor by an uppercase or lowercase Roman numeral. So this is it. This is as simple as it gets for making chords. As you can see in this graphic, I'm just skipping every other note. This applies to any chord in any scale, whether you're in a major key or a minor key. Keep that concept in mind as you go along. Anytime you see a scale of any kind, you know how you would build a chord from any given note in that scale. All right, so for quick reference, I'm just going to show you how it looks on the guitar. We have 3 different ways we can play a C chord or a C arpeggio. An arpeggio is just spelling out the chord as opposed to playing them all together. Here's one way, a C chord. This whole chord is just made up of the notes C, E, and G. Obviously, those are 3 notes, but we have more than 3 strings, so some are repeated. So I have a root, C, a third, E, a G, 5th, and the C, which is a root. If I want, I can play the open E, which is a third. I can add another one, a 5th, so I'm doubling the open G. Now the way that you can play this individually, of course, is C, E, G, or this way, 2, 1, 4, C, E, G. Or we can do it this way, C, E, G. Or we can do it this way. There's one more, actually there are a few more, but we'll just stop here. C, E, G, which is the same as this, but higher up. And with D minor, it's the same thing. D, F, A. D, F, A. Same with E. Same with F, G, A, B, and back to C. Now, granted, these are not very exciting. That's why we find different ways of playing them. I'm going to throw on some delay. I just have a little memory toy here on the practice board, but I'm going to exaggerate the feedback a bit. So I'm just going to line up my notes. I think it makes it a lot more fun to practice kind of rudiments. It's just when you put a little touch of something on it that kind of makes you think more musically. D, F, A. That was E, G, B, A, C, F, A, C, G, B, D, A, C, E, B, D, F. I think you get the picture of what I'm doing here. I just love stacking these on top of each other. Throw some effects on things. I know, I just love the sound of that. I think it's pretty cool just to hear them cascading on one another. Well, that's pretty much about it. Thank you for joining me. Please hit like and subscribe if you want to. As I mentioned, at 1,000 subs, I will be giving away, instead of showing a graphic, here's the real pedal. This is a Klon style clone, but clone is a bit of a disservice. This really has a flavor of its own. That's enough shilling for a pedal that I'm not being sponsored by or for or getting money from. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.